the technology not easy. Yesterday, I had a one-on-one consultation with someone who had zero experience, zero certs, no degree, and they were asking me what the best path for them was to get into tech. So, I'm asking them questions, trying to figure out kind of what his circumstances, what does he currently do for work, all of those sorts of things, so we can kind of build out like a custom plan and a custom roadmap. So I'll start getting into all the things that I think this person has to do in order to get, where he wants to be. And he tells me, well, the other day I saw a video of someone who became a cybersecurity analyst and they didn't have a degree or any certifications. And my thing is just like, if that's what you want to do, and if that's, why book a consultation with me? If you think that you can get into the tech industry with no degrees, no certs, no experience, and that you can just go on Coursera, take a couple of courses, and just mass apply for jobs on LinkedIn, be my guest. Be my guest.
All right, man, let's get into it, yo. So this is something that happens in every single category of like development or engineering or IT work, right? Where people want to learn skills to get into tech. I mean, I've seen the craziest thing. Like literally, I've seen like an ad where somebody was talking about, hey man, if you're a cook and you want to come in and work at companies like Google and just be able to come in and be a chef at their fucking cafeteria, like, I got you, and this and that. And I'm like, yo, people want to get into the tech industry no matter what. It's like, yo, what's the janitor application at a Google office or whatever it is? Like, people don't care no more. They just want to work in tech somehow, right? But they don't want to put in the work a lot of times, right? And this is what this guy from TikTok was talking about. Like, he's in the space of cybersecurity, right? And guess what? In IT, like, you're gonna need either a degree and you're gonna need certificates. Like, that's the minimum, okay? When you go in, you see some random guy talking about, man, I got this and that without no degrees and certificates. That shit don't really work in IT, okay? I'm telling you guys right now, that shit does not work in IT. If you decide to do cloud engineering, you're gonna need at a minimum AWS, okay? I've seen people that they have AWS, Google, they have a whole bunch of freaking Red Hat, this and that, Black Hat, whatever, like a bunch of certificates, right? To be able to find a job and to be able to get in. Okay, that part of the tech industry, like, it's a requirement because you need to know how to use these tools. It's not just like, well, I know how to go in and open up a computer. It's like, no, you need to know the software. You need to know the platforms, okay? And that's what they ask for certificates, because if you don't know the platforms, right? How the fuck we supposed to know that you know how to use this thing if you don't have a certificate? That's the reason why I don't focus in IT, right? I started my career thinking, hey, I'm gonna do in programming and systems, right? And somehow I ended up in the world of IT. That was my first job in, let's say, in tech, right? Officially. But again, that was like $45,000, right? And my boss was making $70,000, and he's like, man, in 5 years you'll make as much as me. And I'm like, I need to get out of here, right? I'm not trying to do certificates and do a bunch of stuff and be with this guy here for 5 years, right? So again, that was like a whole different lifetime, right? That's why I decided to go into web development, which is more of what can you do for us, right? Where, someone who does IT work, you gotta get tested somehow to show, you can't just go in and be like, well, I'm gonna pull up my AWS server that I ran. Like, you can't really do that, right? It's not like when you go in and you are a web developer where you could show your actual work, like, hey, here's my portfolio, here's the projects. They can see what you can do, right? That's why I love web development. That's why I stuck to it for so long, because for most of us that's getting into this game, like, we don't have degrees, we don't have certificates. So for me, this was the easiest path, right? But yeah, man, people want this magic stick to just go in and make them into a engineer, into a IT support, cybersecurity, cloud engineer, DevOps. This is like, they just want somebody to come in and give them a little stick, and then like, ta-da, you paid $2,000 and now you are a engineer. Like, it doesn't work like that. right? And also too, every career path is different, is completely different. Like don't expect what could work for someone in web development to work the same way for someone who works in IT or cybersecurity. It's two different realms. Like like just because is you're working with computers doesn't mean you're all the same. Okay, so always keep that in mind. But I keep seeing that, man. I keep seeing people that they want to get into this game, but they're not willing to put in the work, and they love getting sold a dream. Okay, I see it all the time where you'll see a guy or a girl where, you know, they have the Lamborghini and you see them like this, like, here's me in my Lambo. And then people are so stupid, they connect, you know, what car you drive or where you live to how successful you are because of this career path. And it's like, no, these people, what they do is they sign you up for boot camps. They're literally like influencers, and they get paid when you sign up to one of these boot camps for $15,000, $20,000. They get paid $3,000 to $5,000 per student. Okay, they don't make that type of money. Okay, most jobs don't get you Lambo money. All right. Yeah, you could buy a Lambo with a $200,000 salary, but you will have to be stupid to do that, right? To go in and be like, well, I'm making $200K, I'm gonna get myself a Lambo where now I gotta pay $5,000 a month. That's not financial smart, right? But these people that do that thing, right, they're actually making a lot of money. Because imagine this: if you go in and you sign up, 5 people in 1 month, right, and guess what? You're not responsible to doing the courses. You're not responsible for them. You just connect them to a boot camp and you get paid $5,000 every single time. That's $25K. In a month, you might have a good month and sign up 10, 20 people. Do the math on that. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so they killing it. But again, how do they do it? By selling you a dream. Okay, you'll see that all the time on social media. I take pride. I've been doing this for 8 years. No one can come in and pull the car and be like, yeah, Joe's bullshitting. Joe don't get results. Joe sells you a dream. No one can do that, right? We've been doing this for 8 years, helping people get into the game by actually being honest, okay? And just saying, hey, man, these are the skills that you're going to learn, right? Like I give you right now a quick rundown of how this thing work, okay? So you can understand like how different we are from everybody else that's out here selling you a dream. Look at this. I mean, you could get started with less than $1, basically, in a sense, on a monthly basis. It's $30 a month, right? You're basically paying $1 to $1 less than that some months. Okay, so it's very simple. You start a career path. We focus on things that could actually get you a job, like web administrator, email developer, e-commerce developer, front end, full stack. But this is where the meat is, okay? This is where we go in and focus in the beginning to get you that first job. That's why I always say your first job is going to be 65 to 85K. It's better than a lot of people who have degrees and come out of school getting a $45,000, $50,000 job. With 2 to 3 months, you learn the skills, and then now you're in the game, and then from there you could continue growing into front end, full stack, and however far you want to take it, right? So we start with the career paths, learn the courses, right? Then from there we give you the projects for the portfolio. Then from there we give you the template for your portfolio. Then from there you start building your resume so you can go in and start applying to jobs, because once you have the skill, you have the right projects, you have the right portfolio, guess what? Companies will give you a look and will give you interviews, okay? So again, on top of that, we give you the job board where you have all of the different type of jobs that you should be applying to, and now you just got to go to the interviews, and congratulations, you're hired, right? It's a process that works without selling you a dream, okay? Without having to go in and charge you an arm and a leg, like you literally paying $30 a month, okay? Some of these people love to get sold the dream of, hey man, you're gonna be at Google and you're gonna be eating granola, and hey man, you're gonna be at this condo in Miami, and this and that. It's like, bro, a lot of these people don't really share everything. They don't tell you how they're making their money. They just go in and show you a lifestyle, and they connect their lifestyle to now selling you on a course, that course, arm and a leg. They sell you into signing up into a boot camp that they don't even own. It's very easy to be an influencer, guys. Okay. Being an influencer is just literally coming in, portraying some shit, and then connecting to affiliate links. That's it. It's very simple. Okay. That's how most of these people get paid. But you have to go in and start thinking about this and say, okay, if it was that easy, right, without having to put in the work, right, then so many people will be making over 100,000, right? I'm telling you guys right now, like if it was that easy, everyone would be making over $100,000. All right, but it's not, right? It's a process. Even like for me, like I can't go in and tell you right now in 2025, 2026, hey man, I'm gonna get you into a full stack developer job. I can't guarantee you that. You know why? Because most of those jobs, they need experience. That's why when you come to CodingPhase.com, we focus on web administrator, right? Email developer and Shopify developer. In there, that's your first position. Those positions will hire you with no experience. Full stack developer, hell no. Okay? But that's what everyone else sells. Everyone goes in and says, hey, look at this guy. He making $200,000 at Google. He's a full stack developer. Putting you in a disadvantage because you now think that because now you learned that skill, you're going to be able to get a $200,000 job. It's like, no, bro. Like people with experience are the one getting those positions. Okay? So again, you have to keep this mind open and keep your eyes open when you go online, that if people are trying to sell you a dream, like there's a reason for it. Okay? Especially when they're charging you an arm and a leg. It's a one-time hit. Like, you know, for example, I come in and make CodingPhase $30 a month. Why? Because I know that you're going to come into the platform and you're going to learn the skills, you're going to get a job, and you're going to continue working with me. So I'm comfortable to say, you know what? I'll charge somebody $30. And if in a year they stay with me, that's $300. But guess what? Because they know the type of work that we do, they'll continue to come in and work with us. It could be a year now, or it could be 2 years from now. They'll come back and be like, hey man, now I'm ready to start learning full stack, or now I'm ready to start learning front-end development, and they'll come back to the platform. But a lot of these people, they look at most of you guys as a check. It's like a one-time hit. It's like, hey man, come to this boot camp, come to this and that. I'll sell you a dream. Once you sign up, it's a deal between you and the bank. So now, even if you don't get no results, they'll come back and be like, well, bro, we showed it to you. It is what it is. That's what you paid for. And they only expecting to get paid one time. So they go in and say, give me $5,000, give me $10,000, $15,000 or more, right? So it's a one-time hit. They're not planning on building a relationship with you. They're not planning on actually helping you out in the long term. It's a one-time hit. And if it worked, it worked. If it didn't work, hallelujah, because they're never going to see you again, okay? My business model is completely different. I try to help people out. I try to go in and get people into the game because I know how it feels when you're lost. You don't know where to start, how to get started with, you know, learning how to code, how to get a job into tech. Like, what are the jobs in tech? Okay. Like, I'll give you a great example. Like for me, when I first started learning how to code, I thought I just needed to be a master at JavaScript. I didn't even know about web administrators, you know, email developer, you know, product editor. Like, I didn't know about that world. Like, there's people getting paid in companies, right, using their web development skills where it's just the bare minimum. But some of us is here trying to become you know, a full stack super engineer at home with zero experience, and then we're surprised. We're like, man, this shit is hard. It's like, yeah, bro, you could have been working already. But if you even knew about these jobs and these opportunities. But you know what I mean? Like, and that's why I created this company and this platform, because people just don't know. Also, too, there's people that just want to get a job in tech. You know, sometimes we get this thing mixed up, right? Sometimes we think like everyone wants to be this super coder. No, people just want to get a better job. Okay? Maybe they don't want to go in and be like, hey, I want to go and be building like random projects with Python and this and that and go deep into the code. If they want to do that, they could do that. But most people just want to get a better job. Like, I'm serious. I don't see even people talking online like, hey, man, you know how to cook? You want to work in tech? I can show you how to work at the cafeteria at Google. I'm like, yo, this shit's getting out of hand. Right? This shit is getting out of hand. This shit is now it's like, yo, and then you see a dude with the Lambo in the back. It's like, yeah, bro, shit is good at Google, man. This cafeteria paying. No, bro, it's not the cafeteria paying, bro. You're charging people $5,000 to know how to go in and work at a cafeteria at Google. Okay. But it's because people want to get in so bad that even at that, they're like, yo, shit, man, if I could go and be a chef at Google, you know what I mean? My life would change. It's like, yeah, it would change, but you also have to understand, like, it's not gonna be that easy as some people put it out here. Okay. It takes work. And there's a reason why a lot of these people, they want to charge your arm and a leg. It's a one-time hit. They don't have to see you ever again. Okay, there's no responsibility of like, man, if you found a job or not, shit, they're not gonna continue working with you. You go in and pay $5,000, $10,000 to somebody, and they don't work with you again after those 3 months or whatever 6 months that they might say they're gonna continue working with you. That's it. They wash their hands. That's why, for me, I like this business model of making it affordable for somebody, because someone might come in and say, hey, all I need to do is just tweak my portfolio, add some projects, and guess what? They just paid a 1 month and they could get a job. Some people might need a whole year, right? So I'll go in and give them that time, go back and forth, look at the projects, look at what they have, help them with everything that they need. If the industry changes, right, and they start requiring other skills, guess what? You already have it within CodingPhase, that same course that's required from, other companies, right? But if you go in and you go to one of these boot camps, it's like, hey, man, that curriculum is written in stone. It's like right now, like people learning MERN stack. Right? The MERN stack, just MongoDB, Express, React, Node.js. I mean, now it's Next.js. I don't know what will be like the acronym for it, but it's just Next.js and React, right? And people still learning that thing, but it's not getting them jobs. Boot camps are still teaching that shit. That's just like, we're in a moment right now, the same way how in 2011, 2012, there was no more jobs for Ruby on Rails, and boot camps were still teaching Ruby on Rails. Okay? There's no more jobs for entry-level positions in the MERN stack. Okay? The MERN stack is now basically what Ruby on Rails was, right? Everybody in the beginning was using it, but now, guess what? Because of how the industry has changed and how many people know the skill, is no longer special. And also, too, companies already have enough people where they could say, you know what, we'll wait it out for people that have experience. So how do you get experience, right, in an industry that's not willing to hire you, right, without experience? It's very simple. You got to find other jobs, opportunities where there's a high demand for it and a low supply. That's why we focus on content editor, email developer, Shopify developer first, to get you that experience, so then you could from there jump into the next branches. But again, if you want people to sell you a dream, there's people that's gonna sell you a dream. Like this guy was saying here, like, man, you want to get into IT, but you have no degree, no certs. Like, bro, when people tell you you could do that in IT, it's bullshit. Okay, it's bullshit, because you clearly could see it. Companies need to validate somehow that you know this skill. If you say, I'm a AWS expert, okay, what's your certification? Because we can't really test you like that. It's not like we could do your, show me your portfolio. It's like, no, we're gonna need someone who already tested you and gave you a certification, so we could see and vouch that, okay, this guy's legit. And that's just to open up the doors for you to get an interview. It's not a guaranteed job. Then from there, you got to go in and explain everything that you could do within AWS. It's the same process with web development, but the difference is that web development is show and prove. Okay? If you got the skills, you could actually show and prove that you can do the work. A lot of other fields in tech, it's not like that. You're going to need a degree. You're going to need certificates. That's just how it is. All right, guys. Anyways, man, like I said, guys, check out the links in the description. You could get started right now with CodingPhase if you want to learn with me. $30 right now. It's a really good deal. It's limited time offer, so take advantage. And again, anyone that signs up with CodingPhase.com this year, understand we're going to continue working with you, past 2026, and you're going to have access to the accountability meetings, which is like a group coaching meetings that we do every single Monday. So I would say take advantage if I were you. After January 1st, anyone that signs up, guess what? We're only going to have a limited amount of people that could actually join those meetings. So right now you have that advantage. Okay. People pay thousands of dollars for things that we provide on codingphase.com. So if you were smart, right, and you say, man, this is what I want to do, shit, take the deal. Okay. I'll see you guys later. It's your boy Joe back at it again, codingphase.com. Your boy's back, and I done did it again. One.